At the age of 17, I got pregnant with my oldest daughter, Talia. I gave birth to her October 22nd, 2006. I was a senior in high school. When I graduated, her father and I were no longer together. A week after graduating high school, I met Justin. This time, Talia was 8 months old.
In 2007, June to be exact, I had a show in Hollywood, California. I used to be a rapper. That's the first night I ever locked eyes on my wife, India. And actually, we've been together ever since that day. When I first met her, though, I found out she had a child. And when I found that out, I was a little skeptical about getting in a relationship with her. I didn't know if I was ready for all that at that time. I was only 18 years old. But anyhow, I didn't plan to stay long term, but it ended up being long term. And it happened just like that. From there, we now have 2 more daughters for a total of 3. We got married at the age of 20. Talia was in the picture, obviously, and also Emil had just been born. She was 9 months old at the time. And then about a year after that, here came Jordan.
Like we mentioned already, Talia is our oldest daughter. She's 12 years old. She is a scholar. She is a sports fanatic. She's into poetry, and she's a great dancer. She is a mini me. She acts just like her mom. She thinks she is their second mother.
Right.
And she gets stuff done. Now, Emil is our middle child. She's 9. She'll be 10 January 1st. She's a New Year's baby.
Right.
She is into sports. She loves basketball.
Loves it.
She loves doing hair.
Loves it.
She's into numbers. And she's also a straight A student.
That's right.
Now, Jordan is our third daughter.
Yes.
Jordan just celebrated her 8th birthday, December 1st. She's into slime.
Slime.
She's into softball.
Softball.
And she's into YouTube.
YouTube. Hey, speaking of YouTube, make sure y'all subscribe. Go ahead, babe.
Now let's get into today's topics. Parenting the 3. We have to have a schedule.
Right.
We have to have structure. Now don't get me wrong. We've not always had this schedule or structure. It takes time. It takes restructuring, doing things multiple times. With the girls growing up over the years, we've gone through ballet. We've gone through multiple sports between soccer, baseball, basketball. Right now, we're currently doing softball.
And basketball.
And
they just added dance back.
Yes.
So that goes to show that we're very busy. And now she said about restructuring. We can't never get on a solid structure or a schedule because every time something new comes up.
Yeah.
So we're constantly having to restructure things and adapting to their new practice days, adapting to their new game days, or adapting to so many different things. We think it's very important to always keep the kids engaged in something, whether it's acting, whether it's music, sports, church activities, community activities. It's important to keep them engaged in these things because it helps them build communication skills amongst their peers, it helps keep them active, and it helps keep them just on track with things that are going on around them in the surrounding area and in the world.
Remember, when you have more than one child, it's important to give them one-on-one time. Whether you're taking them on trips, whether you're exposing them to new activities, showing them that you care about their personal interests and likes is very important. It's something that Justin and I make a big point to do.
Right, as she said, our kids have different personalities, they have different emotions, they have different thoughts. We can't always tend to their needs when we're in a group setting and when we're doing our own family thing.
Yes.
So sometimes we have to sit each one of them down individually, see what's really going on with them, whether it's when we're taking them to school, picking them up, or just take them into a room separately and just talking to them. You never know how your kids may feel or how they may feel you may be treating one of your other children. So it's important to really dig deep and to see, if they feel some type of way about something, if they're hurting on the inside, if they want to express something to you. We always leave that door open to let them know that they don't have to go out in the world or go out to the internet or go out to different things socially to express their feelings. They can express their feelings amongst the home, amongst their mother, amongst their father, and just, talk to us. We're there for them. We understand.
Now, we all know that it takes a village to raise a child.
Right.
And in our village, Justin's mother plays a big part. We call her Nani. Nani lives literally less than 30 seconds away from our home.
Right.
She helps us tremendously with raising our girls.
From taking them to school for us sometimes, to picking them up for us sometimes, to spending the night at Nani's house on the weekday, not only the weekend, to helping providing lunch and dinner. Nani is around. She plays a
huge part.
Huge part, and we could probably do it without her.
No, not at all. Not only is she available, but she's also a listening ear. So when we are busy, at times we as parents, we can get too busy.
Right.
And she is also that ear. So she will help get us in check or let us know, hey, make sure you keep an eye on this or look into that. Watch out for this. So big ups to Nani. Thank you.
And shout outs to all the grandparents out there. Without y'all, it'll be very difficult for y'all children to raise y'all grandchildren. So y'all play a major, major part. So give yourself a pat on the back for yourselves.
Now remember, we're just 1 week away from Christmas.
1 week?
Yes, 1 week.
I came fast, man. Woo!
In episode 6, you don't want to miss it.
Now listen, have you ever been on an airplane before and experienced turbulence? It's not a fun feeling. It can be quite scary, right? In episode 6, we're going to talk about some turbulence in the marriage. Don't miss it. Tune in.